All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Happy Saturday, March 1st, 2025. I want to let you know I'm going to be by myself today. Mr. Felix had an engagement. He couldn't get around, but we glad he's okay. He is actually okay, but he won't be with us today. And we got some new things going on. I'll get to that really quickly. But first, we want to say rest in peace to the wonderful and great songstress, Miss Roberta Flack, and the great actor, Mr. Gene Hackman. They are going on to the ancestors, both actress and actor who have made some great things that we all know that we love. We can go back to take a look at movies and songs that we can say, I remember when you saw that for the first time, you remember where you were in your life. Also, first question of the day, did you survive the blackout? We are, 10 hours away from the major blackout for Black America, saying we weren't going to go in and buy items from big box carriers, major places in America. I'm waiting to see what the numbers going to look like. I was in favor of it. I didn't go out and do anything. I didn't buy anything. I stayed home, and I didn't even leave the house, which is, I normally just drive around. I ain't even drive around yesterday because I work from home. Normally, I just get out the house before work or after work to, just to not have to be in the house 24 hours. But I even stayed in the house. I think that was my way of saying I'm gonna be okay if I don't go out the house. I won't spend no money, even though I can still do it online. So I didn't pay a bill. I didn't buy nothing. I didn't give it to my Amazon. The Amazon was calling me. It was calling me, but I didn't get on the Amazon. I did get on. I looked at it. I didn't buy nothing on it. I didn't buy nothing. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I went in there and I was shopping for some things, and I was like, "Ooh, this Friday. I can't do it. It's the 28th. We got to stand strong. We got to stand strong." But I really want to see what the numbers gonna look like, because somebody gonna say something, how money that they lost. But my question is, are they just gonna make it up today? Are we going? Do they make it up on Thursday and Saturday for the money that we didn't spend on Friday? I think we should do a prolonged one. I think we should go a little longer. One of my former students, he's an economist, and he's saying, if you're gonna make an impact, you got to do this for 92 days. Can we do it for 92 days? I think we can. I think there's a lot of small and small businesses and things of the like that could carry us through. That we can do it if we have to, and we as people are very self-sufficient. We are very self-sufficient. I think we could do it. Start them gardens in the backyard. Every year I say I'm gonna start mine, but this year I'm gonna definitely have my tomatoes and me some onions and whatever else I can grow in that backyard. I'm gonna get me one of them little tubs and put back there, fill it up full of dirt, and see what I can grow. I'm gonna see what I can make, because you never know what happens where you just might need that. So hey. Can we do it? Can we survive a prolonged blackout? I guess that's what the real question should be. And I think we can. It's been done before. What is it? Invention is the mother's necessity. Is that what they call it? Is that how they say it? Is that the cliche? Where if you got to do it, you will do it. You'll find a way. You'll adjust. My big brother always tell me, hey, no matter what life you're going through, you will adjust. If you're making less money, you'll adjust. You're making more money, you'll adjust. Either way, you'll figure it out. So hey, good morning again. Hope everybody's doing well. But let's go ahead and jump into it. We're gonna jump right into our topic of the day, topic of the week, I should say. It is brought to us by the people who are out there and vote on our Sports Talk page on Facebook. I want to shout out to everybody who every week goes on there and makes comments and votes. The Jay Perrys and the Steves and the Gregs and the Kenneth Hobbies. We want to thank y'all for they are some of our main supporters, posting stuff every week and making sure they engage in the content and John Bissner's and a lot of names out there. I want to make sure I recognize, say thank you to you who all the time do a lot of great stuff. But we're gonna jump into our Pistons. Our Pistons are currently 30-26, and last night they took one on the chin. Morning, look at that, right on cue. Good morning, Mr. Hobby. How you doing, sir? Thank you for all the things that you post. Thank you for all the things that you do within the group He's like a silent partner. He's like a silent partner over there. I really appreciate it. Our Pistons, 30-26 last night. They took one on the chin. The Denver Nuggets came to town. They're one of the top teams still in the league, even though their record isn't necessarily reflecting it. They took the Pistons out last night, 134-119. The Joker, Nikola Jokic, had 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 15 assists. Jamal Murray had 31 points. You know he had to play well. When you play in Detroit and you play in Toronto, because he's from Canada, so them close to home. So he got to play well in those cities. Jamal Murray put up 31. Malik Beasley for Detroit had 16. While Alkay Cunningham only had 11 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. The good news is the Pistons are 3-1 over the last week, 8-2 over the 8-2 over the last 10 games. And they are still in 6th place. I'm very excited for the Pistons. As you can see, I'm still wearing my Pistons. I'm going to wear them. I've been trying to find some new gear. Thank you. You're welcome, Kenneth. I'm sorry. Well, thank you, Felix, for all the great content. No, thank you, sir, for the things that you post. If you look up, you see most of that stuff, those little captions and stuff, the videos. That's Kenneth. Kenneth put a lot of that stuff up there, and I encourage it. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Is JB Bickerstaff the coach of the year? I think if they were to vote, if the season was the end of the day and the Pistons would go to the playoffs, they'd be in the 6th place. We'd be playing the Knicks in the first round. Could they beat the Knicks in the first round? It's possible. It's possible. Could they? You never know. Never say never. I would be optimistic to think that they could. Would it be an upset? Probably not. It would be tough to go into the Garden to play and beat them like that, because they would have to win at least one game on the Garden on the floor of the Garden. They've already won there this season, so they could do it. It could be done. It definitely could be done. David Bickerstaff would probably be coach of the year if they were to choose right now. And who else around the league would it be? If you were to look at the league and say who are the teams that who are the coaches actually, where you would want to say we're gonna make this guy coach of the year for the NBA. What other team would it be? The Houston coach, Ime Ibaka. I would probably throw some votes his way. They're doing very, very well right now, and I would be glad to see that he would be recognized. But right now, honestly, if you're looking at any team, it would have to be the Pistons, because with David Bickerstaff in terms of them to turn around. Last year, they only won 14 games. Right now, they have won 33 games, 33-27. Cavaliers coach, I'm not saying he wouldn't get any consideration, but when you look at the team, you look at Bickerstaff, what he did last year, he had them in 2nd place. And I just think that he's just pushing forward what Bickerstaff did in Cleveland. The Thunder were doing well last year, and coach for the Thunder he would get some consideration. Let's see the coach let me see what the coach for the Thunder is. The coach is for the Thunder. I do apologize. Let's see here. Let's see. Mark Dagno. I'm messing that name up. I know I'm messing that name up. But he has a good roster. They put a good roster. I think more than anything, executive year will probably go to. It will be between the general manager for the Oklahoma City Thunder and Trajan Langdon coming in and making some smart decisions down the stretch. So yeah, I'm glad to see the Pistons doing well and Oklahoma City Thunder are doing well. The only thing is you got to get through the injuries, and the Pistons have seemingly done that. Jaden Ivey broke his leg, and he's out for the season. We know about that, and hope his recovery is going well. Let's just see if he can continue to do well and come back next year, and then hopefully we can gel him back in, and because they're winning. I know that I say all the time, Cade Cunningham was a scorer. Let's see if he's a winner. He's doing some winning now, so hopefully he can continue to do so. They're talking about him already for the next Olympics. That's some things I've been hearing them say. He's going to be ready for the next Olympics, one of those ones that they're going to be selecting the league Team USA 3 years from now. 3 years from now. That's a tall order. That's a long ways away. But hey, that's what they're projecting him to be. That's what they're projecting him to be. To go out and play against the world. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. All righty. It's a little different without Felix here. We normally do the interplay to bounce off the ideas. What you think? He give his idea, I give mine. But to do all the talking is a little different. I haven't done this in a while. It's literally been a couple of years since I've done my own tire show by myself. So bear with me as I keep my thoughts together as I move through here today. So it's important that we get you. Who is you? Who are you? The people who are out there watching us. Where are we today? We are on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. No, we're not on Twitch today. We are on Instagram. That's right. We're on Instagram today. Can you believe it? I actually got it to work. I'm trying to check it over here to see how it's going, to see how what my live look like. I haven't quite got it looking right yet, but hopefully I got it on there. I put the key in there, put my name on there, and hopefully it's working. But I definitely got us on YouTube over here. YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Hopefully I got the Instagram working. We're going to see soon. We're going to see, because when you get your analytics after the show, they tell you where everything is. And we definitely on YouTube. Because I'm looking at myself right now on YouTube on my monitor, on my TV screen. And I monitor myself also on my phone. I got the show right here in front of me. So thank you for everybody who out there. Put some topics out there. Put your thoughts in there. We'll definitely make sure I recognize you. And I say hello to you, to everybody out there. And don't forget, click like, click share. Tell everybody that we here. It's Kamau today. And he got it together. And you want to get this book, Gratefulness Journey Every Day, by who? The man behind the scenes, the Wiz from Oz, Mr. Marcus Holmes. That young man right there. Look at that handsome young man. Look at that handsome young man right there. He handsome there. Look at that handsome young man. You want to make sure you check that man out. He does a lot of things. He has his Love and Stuff show. He does the producing for our show. And not only that, he is an HR specialist. So if you're looking for a job, if you got a job, if you want to get a new job, you can contact that man where? Lean in so I can tell you. On, what's the name of that place? It's not Snapchat. I think he's on Snapchat, but you want to go to TikTok. That's where you want to go. You want to go to TikTok. And he can tell you the questions to ask. He can show you how to update your resume. He can tell you how to answer those star questions in a timely manner and not go, because that's going to kill you right there. You want to make sure you have your ducks in order. You practice what you're going to say. So when they ask you that question, and when they say, tell me a time when you had to mitigate between two, see, look, I did it right there, between two employees, and how did you solve the situation? That's a start question. You got to be able to answer that in a timely manner, know what you're talking about, state the situation, the task, the action, and the result in such a way that you're going to get that job, that they know that you know what you're doing, so you can make the money. Speaking of money, he can tell you how to negotiate your salary. He can tell you all that good stuff. So look him up, Marcus Holmes on TikTok. That's right. Thank you for putting in the QR code, sir, for your book. And make sure you check him out, because, hey, you can always buy that book and give it to somebody. Why? You want to be grateful in your life. We as people, we have a hubris about ourselves. We bad, we tough. But you want to be grateful for what you have, because in the blink of an eye, it can all be gone. Believe me, I can tell you. I've rebuilt my life 2-3 times as an adult. You build to a certain point, and you get big and bad about yourself. Yeah, as you know, you're starting off. So you want to be thankful and grateful for what you have, and thank the Lord above, or whatever it is that you religion or wherever that you subscribe to. Let them know that you're thankful, and thank them for all that they do for you. All right, we're gonna move on. We're going into the NBA sphere. It is official. Coach Pop is out for the season. Mitch Johnson is the interim coach. In the meantime, he is taking over for the team, and right now they aren't doing as well as they have in the past, which is kind of be expected. Especially with Wembanyama, he is out for the season. with the thrombosis, and so we're hoping that he comes back next year, strong and ready to go. Right now, the Spurs are 24 and 33 and excuse me, 13th place in the West, the Western Conference. So thoughts and prayers out to them, and out to Pop, because Pop had a stroke. And I was reading the reports how when he came in to visit the team, was it either Thursday or yesterday, and a lot of folks were glad to see him, but they were a little shook up at seeing him the way he looked, because Pop is not normally look like that. Of course, you look different after you have a stroke. Your faculties aren't always as where they were before, and so I'm pretty sure we've all had people in our family you've dealt with that. Where you see him one way one day, you see him in, either in the hospital or at the home, and they look a little different, and they're moving a little different. So it was a little tough for the team to take that. So shout out to the San Antonio Spurs and the Spurs family, fans, as Pop is going through his recovery. Also, another secret that is really not a secret: Joel Embiid is out for the season. He out for the season. His knee been messing with him, just like the guy and what's the gentleman's name in the Clippers. He's out. They're both out. They were both on the Olympic team, where Embiid did finish the Olympic season. Where the guy that played for the Clippers was sent home a little early. So they brought in the Celtics player in his place. I'm sorry, I had to turn that down. The music was a little loud, a little hard to concentrate. So we got to make sure we keep the main thing. The main thing is the show. I'll bring the music back at the end. All right. Joel Embiid is out. People get mad when I say this. Joel Embiid, I will stand on it until he proves me wrong. Joel Embiid is this generation's Patrick Ewing. Great player. Great player. Lots of talent. Can go out and do many things with top 5 talent and top 10 talent in the league. But he hasn't shown that he can be a winner. He can go out and lead his team to a championship. He's been a part of a gold medal team. He didn't play for his native team this past summer. He played for Team USA, having dual citizenship, and was able to get a gold medal. And you want to win. I understand that. I get it 100%. And so that's what's going on. So right now with Joel Embiid, he's out for the season. Anthony Edwards suspended after receiving his 16th technical foul of the year. Believe it or not, Draymond isn't that high on the list this year. I guess he figured, I'm gonna keep this money in my pocket. This is my last contract, last major contract, so I'm gonna keep this money in my pocket while I can. So it makes sense to me. Of course, the pressure isn't on him like it was before with them having Jimmy Butler over there. And speaking of which, I have a new. I'm gonna do this a little for the rest of the season. It's a little something called Keep an Eye On. We're gonna keep an eye on the Lakers and Golden State. Speaking of Golden State first, right now they are 32 and 27. They are in 27. They are in 7th place, in the West, which means they will be in the play-in game. And the Lakers are actually 36 and 21 in 4th place in the West, and they would not have to play in the play-in game. So let me take a quick look at the standings. I just had it up. The Lakers will play against the Rockets, who are in 5th place, and the Golden State Mavericks, Timberwolves, and Kings would all be playing in the play-in game situation. Warriors and Kings, Mavericks and Timberwolves. Kings have improved their win-loss record since they fired the coach, because they were on the outside of looking in. Right behind them, not too far, are the Phoenix Suns at 28 and 32. Who can quite easily get there. I don't think they're going to make it. I don't think the Suns are going to make the playoffs. I don't understand why they're not. They have a lot of talent over there. They have KD. They got the guy from Michigan that played at Kentucky, and the guy they was trying to trade. They put him on the bench. Let me pull that team up real quick. I want to make sure I say the names correctly. They have, let's see here. They got let's see, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and KD. That's a top 3 team. Those are top 3 players in the league. They should have a much better record than what they have right now. Something's going on the inside. I don't know what it is. They doing whatever it is. They're doing a good job of keeping it in house. But something's going on that definitely lets me know for them to have that kind of talent, they are not living up to their potential. And normally when that happens, that falls back on the coach. Because if it was something big enough, they'd be talking about it. The coach is not getting along. The players not getting along. That comes out. That comes out quickly. That you hear about that quite quickly about somebody not getting along, somebody not happy. So it's probably Budenholzer. He's down there. They brought him in from Milwaukee. Milwaukee let him go. I don't know. I'm not saying. I always thought that Budenholzer was a good coach. It just may not be a good fit. With that situation. I don't know. I would just if I'm the coach, I'm letting them loose. I'm just gonna turn them loose. We're not playing a lot of ISO basketball. We up and down, and those shots will open up for themselves when you got those 3 players. But hey, I'm on. That's why they pay them the big money, and I'm just on the side over here talking about it, making my observations. But my observation does tell me truly that they should be doing better than what they are, and I think other people in the league are saying the same thing. All right. Also, we keep an eye on the Lakers, who are 36-21. They're in 4th place in the league, and they are actually doing better than what I gave them credit for. Excuse me. Last week I said they can't beat nobody, and they have been doing pretty well actually. The Lakers, they now have Luka, and Luka has a smile on his face. He always has a smile on his face. He's still arguing with the refs. I watched them play the other night. They still arguing with the refs unnecessarily. Let's see here. The Lakers are. Let's see here. They've won their last 5, 37-21. Well, the last 5, they beat the Trailblazers, the Nuggets, the Mavericks, Timberwolves, and the Clippers. And they play on Sunday on the home and home. I think there's a lot of that going on because the Pistons have their home and home today as well against the. Let's see. The Pistons have a home and home today. The Pistons play against. Let's see here. No, I'm sorry. That's not the Pistons. That's the Red Wings. We'll talk about them later. The Red Wings have a home and home against the Columbus Blue Jackets. But the Lakers have a home and home today. Tomorrow, I should say, where they played last night against the Clippers, and they play the Clippers again on Sunday. I guess it's a crosstown rivalry now. I don't even know if you can call it crosstown because the Clippers stadium and Crypto.com stadium aren't very far apart from each other. So, you can still stay at home. You don't need hotels for that. Especially when they play in the same building. You really didn't need hotels. You can just show up at the stadium. You go to the facility early in the day for the shoot around. But for home and home, I don't know about the Clippers. Clippers are where they are. Let's see here. The Clippers are 32-27. They are in second place in the Pacific. And they of course, they lost their last game playing against the Lakers. All right. Let's see here. We moving forward talking about college men's basketball, men's college basketball hoops. Michigan and Michigan State both went on buzzer beaters this week. Michigan State against Maryland, and Michigan night before last against Rutgers. 3-quarter shot by Michigan State, a little bit under a half-court shot by Michigan. And both teams are tied for first place in the Big Ten at 14-3. Michigan State 23-5. Michigan 22-6. Michigan State does hold the tiebreaker going to the Big Ten tournament for being in first place. And for if the season were to end today, they would share the Big Ten title. But even though because they do have the same records, Michigan State would still hold a tiebreaker going into the tournament, being the number 1 seed. All righty, the Big Ten is looking good right now. I like the Big Ten. Let's see here. We got some changes in the Big Ten. Let's see. Purdue was in third, but that has been a change, and I want to say Wisconsin is now in third, where Purdue is now in fourth, and then you got Maryland in fifth. So you got You got a competitive, as always. Big Ten is always competitive, and that's what we like to see. We talk about the Big Ten not being a good conference. We got a good conference right now. We got, let's see here, Michigan State, Michigan, Wisconsin, Purdue, Maryland, UCLA, and Illinois and Oregon, all with positive records. All of those teams have records that are above 500. And in the Big Ten, I should say, overall, Penn State, they still have a positive record. Northwestern has a positive record. Nebraska has a positive record. Ohio State, Indiana, all that positive record. So if they don't make the NCAA tournament, they'll definitely make the NIT, because you got to in order to make the NIT, you have to have a record above 500. So definitely things are going well in the Big Ten, and I do like to see that. And also things are going well for the young ladies in the Big Ten as well. I'm going to get to that in just a second. So let's see here. We'll bring the ladies in, and let's see where we are. Let's see here. Before we do that, we need to talk about Master P, Mr. Percy. Mr. Percy is now the president of basketball operations for the New Orleans Privateers, which is the college team in New Orleans. He's from New Orleans. And it's funny, if you ever really hear Master P talk, and just like Little John, very educated young men. But when they talk on TV, when they do the interviews, they trick you a little bit with the way they talk. You would think that they don't have the education and the ability to talk that they do, and also just like the comedian, the guy from Philadelphia, the African guy, he always say "mother sucker." He doesn't really talk like that. That's his stage voice as well. You hear Lil Jon. If you go back and watch a lot of his interviews where he's doing serious interviews, he don't always with the tooth and everything. So point I'm making is Mr. Percy is very smart, so he knows what he's doing, and he says he's going to be return the glory back to New Orleans Privateers. But he has a tall order. They just announced 4 suspensions for 4 of the top players over a gambling inquiry. So yeah, it's going on all over the country. And we talked about this last year and the year before. Things are different now. When you got all these companies out there making it legal for gambling, you're going to see this. And they're making it. It's still not legal for them to play a bet on their teams or any other college basketball exam or any other sports. It's illegal for them to do that. And so that's why for a lot of years they didn't want teams in Vegas. They didn't want to have a pro team in Vegas because they were worried about the gambling and the influences of outside people getting into people's lives and being on the hook for money, and then they have to throw games. It happens all over. Honestly, we have to be honest with you. It happens all over, no matter what the level, high school, college, pro. There's some sharks that are involved with everything, and somebody got their hand in everything. Somebody put a little money in somebody's pocket. Talk to them. Hey, I know you're a little short right now. Hey, take this stack. Take the stack. Well, what you mean take the stack? Hey, just keep it close. There's a little bit more in it for you. Just keep it close, and that's on every level: high school, college, pro. Hey, even in the little minor leagues, and when you got softball leagues, and somebody out there with their hand in the cookie jar trying to make a little money off of it. There's always some kind of side bets. I coach sports for a lot of years. Little league, high school, it's a side bet going on. I can guarantee you that. Best of the teams, the worst teams, somebody betting. Somebody parents betting. I bet you my son's team better than yours. I'll bet you some hot dogs. I bet you got to make me a steak on this grill. If we win, my team, my son's team beats off. It's some betting going on. I guarantee you that. I've literally seen bets going on the sideline in the middle of the game. I bet you they ain't gonna get this first down. Bet you they will. $20 on it right now. Shake. Hurry up before they break the huddle. I've seen it happen. That's a true story. I've seen it happen. I've seen it. At the end of the game, folks walking to the car shaking their head because they got to go to their stash to pay that money to take it home. Yeah, it's true. It's a true story. It's definitely a true story. All right, we're going to move into the ladies' sports. Before we do that, don't forget to click like, click share. Let folks know that we here. Who is we? Me. I'm here. And I am on Twitter. I am on Facebook. I am on LinkedIn. I am on YouTube, and I hopefully got this got it set up to go on to what's the Instagram correctly. I hope I did it right, because we supposed to be on Instagram today too. Hope I got that right. I tried my best. I tried my best to do it right, and hopefully I got it right. It's the first time. I'm not gonna stop trying. I'm gonna keep on trying. I'm gonna keep on trying. If I didn't get it right this week, if I got to do it closer to the time of the show, I'm gonna do it. But either way, you got to put the name of the show in, and you got to put in the key. You got to put in the key, and then you send it on through. And hopefully I got it right. I see Marcus has got us on there live. Hopefully I got myself on here live as well. I'm that's what I'm looking right now to see if I got my own self on here live. Well, hey, if I get it right, if I didn't get it right this time, I'm gonna get it right next time. Try again. We moving into women's college sports, women's sports in general. First thing I want to talk about is Joetta Clark-Diggs. Who is Joetta Clark-Diggs? I posted her on the on the page. This young lady is exceptional, and I mean young lady in the most sincerest form possible. She ran in the Masters track and field event. She ran in the 200-meter dash, the 60-64 age category. I'm not going to say exactly what her age is. I'm going to let her tell you. Well, she's not here to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. She just ran in that category. The U.S. ATF Masters Indoor Championship clocking in an incredible 28.62 seconds in the 200 meters. It's high school people not running that, men and women. And she did that 28.62 seconds. Now, little known fact, she went to 4 Olympics. Yes, she did. But she's still out there running, doing well at that age. Shouts out to Joetta Clark-Diggs. Go onto our Facebook page and check out the race. She had her family there with her. Her daughter's runs track. Her grandbabies was there. And she looked like it was, like it was just another day in the park. She didn't look like she's all, people run there all the time. She didn't look like that. She looked like, yeah, I know. I do this on a daily basis. That's how she looked. So congratulations to Miss Joetta Clark-Diggs. Diana Taurasi officially retires. She officially retired. She was on Good Morning America, and all the people came out to support her, to tell how much they love her, to thank her for all that she did. And Diana Taurasi, she bad. Diana Taurasi, she a bad girl. She has Olympic medals, gold medals, nothing but gold. So if you want to put that song on, all I'll do is win, no matter what. That's Diana Taurasi. She earned that. They made that song for her. Because everywhere she played, she won. UConn, WNBA, Olympics, overseas. You can't say that she's not a winner. All she did is win. Who gonna tell her anything different? And she know how to play the game, the mental and the physical. She ain't afraid. She ain't scared. She throw a bow. She'll set a pick. She'll take a pick. She'll take a bow. She knows all about the bigger game, mentally and physically. And she'll embarrass you out there on the court. Shoot the 3 in your face and let you know about it. She'll take you to the hole. Put it on the glass. Put it on you. She ain't scared. Never scared. Diana Taurasi. Shout out to you, Diana Taurasi. Good luck to your next career. I don't know if you're going to go into coaching, if you're going to go into a broadcast, and if you're just going to go off into the sunset and do whatever you want to do. Get up in the morning, just have a cup of coffee. Whatever you want to do, you earned it. You earned it. And I hope that Nike or whoever it is that sponsor you, keep you on the roster, keep some money in your pocket, because you earn that too. They do it for the guys, do it for Diana Taurasi too. Whoever it is that sponsor you, keep her on the books, even though she retired. Make her a spokesperson. Send her around the world. Send her to the schools and to the games, and be a spokesperson for whatever it is that's got going on. That's right, legend. Thank you, Kenneth. Legend. She is a legend. She's a living legend. She earned it, 100%. Speaking of legends, in Tennessee is retiring a jersey of. Help me with the name, please, somebody. Let me pull it up real quick. Tennessee women's basketball. See, they're retiring the jersey of. Let's see here. They just announced it. Shamika Holtzclaw. They just announced this week they're going to be retiring the jersey of Shamika Holtzclaw. One of my favorites. And her coach loved her. Rest in peace, Pat Summit. That was one of her favorites. You know, as a coach, you're not supposed to, as a parent, you're not supposed to have favorites, but it's only natural. That was one of her favorites. She backed her up no matter what. I think that, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think that it took a little while for her to get her jersey retired because she did have a little trouble in her personal life after her playing days, during her playing days, after her days at Tennessee. I think they wanted to put a little time and space between all of that before they hoisted her number in the rafters. So she definitely earned it, but I understand that part of it. You know, nobody's squeaky clean. Ain't nobody squeaky clean out here. Ain't nobody live a perfect life. Everybody want to live a Christian life, and that's a beautiful song that we sang. They still sing it in the churches. It's gonna be somebody gonna be singing that tomorrow. Everyone live a Christian life. Everyone live a Christian life. And nobody lives a perfect life. And she's not perfect, and so she had a little trouble with a couple incidents. But she's on track now, and I'm glad to see that they are finally making the right steps to put her jersey in the Raptors. And so shout out to that. We had a big upset last week. North Carolina State beat Notre Dame 104-95. They were not undefeated at the time, but North Carolina State played a really good game. I think it was last Sunday. I was out working in the yard. I come in the house and I see that score. I'm like, good regroup. They jumped on them pretty good. And I think the game was in overtime. I want to say the game was in overtime. And so anybody can be beaten. There's no undefeated teams in men's or women's college basketball right now. So hey, going into this tournament, they're saying it's a good chance that 4 or 5 teams can win on the women's side and up to 10 to 12 on the men's side. And speaking of which, we're gonna get to that question a little bit later. Did I skip over that question? Yes, I did. We're gonna jump back real quick. Can MSU or U of M win it all? Can they win the whole team? Now, I'm not talking about the Big Ten tournament. I'm talking about the big tournament. Can they win it all? That's a good question right there. St. John's, Rick Pitino, first coach in history to win conference titles with 5 different divisions and programs. Providence, Kentucky, Louisville, Iona, and now St. John's. Does Rick Pitino and St. John's have enough to win it all for the NCAA tournament? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna definitely say yeah. They're good enough. Did you guys see when they was down like 11-12 at halftime, 13? He went there, cussed them out, called them out, challenged their manhood, told them they were soft. They went out and won that game. Excuse me. They went out the second half and won that joker. Hit a buzzer beater to win that game. Rick Pitino went in there. His face was red. His face was all twisted up, looking like this. His glasses, he was spitting, and all the players just sitting back like you could tell. Look on their face was like, yeah, we know, coach. We got this. And you know, sometimes you look in the locker room, look at the players' face. They had their head down, like I don't know, coach. They all was ready. They all had their head up, shoulders high, head up, chin up high. They was ready. It was almost like before the coach had a chance to even speak, they already knew what they was going to do. But it didn't help and didn't hurt, I should say, that Pitino cussed them all out. They was beeping all over, bleeping all over the place, all over ESPN. Go and check that video because I posted that one as well. If I didn't know, let me know. I'll make sure I post that. He was also at Sanford and North Carolina. That is correct. All righty. Let's see. You're saying Sanford and North Carolina could win it. I don't know if it's the women or the men, because I know North Carolina right now, they're not having as great a season as they. Let me take a look real quick. Let me look at, let's see, I had that up. Let's see here. Let me go back over here and go back to ESP. And we go to MCCB. And let me see if I can get a good reading real quick on men's college basketball so I can find standings for North Carolina. All right, they are 11-6 in the conference right now, and overall 18-11. So they're a bubble team, And let's see here. I know this one's for you, Duke and Carolina next game. Let's see when because I know they already played once. I'm sorry I missed that game. They got another game coming up. Let's see, where is it? Let's see the full schedule. Duke and Carolina. I know they played twice. Oh, they play March 8th, next Saturday. We're gonna put that up. We're gonna put a poll up for my boy. He always fuss at me about not publicizing that Duke Carolina game. Next Saturday, March 8th, 5:30 p.m. I'm gonna put a poll up just for you, sir, so we can make sure we see that game. We're gonna put the poll up. Who's gonna win it? And what's the score? We're gonna do one just for you. We're gonna do you pick them for that one. Of course, the Michigan State next game. We're gonna do one for that one as well. All right, moving forward. We are. Let's see here. Let me get my graphics up. Let's see here. Baseball and hockey. Baseball is back right now. It is spring training. I'm still gonna figure out a way to try and sneak away to a game. Tigers are 2-4 in the Grapefruit League, and it is opening day, April 4th. They played March 27th. March 27th. They go to the Dodgers. They start on the West Coast. I think somebody was listening out there. I said all the opening day games, they should start the first 2 weeks on the West Coast. Every team in the West should host the first games because the snow won't be so bad out there. So every team on the West Coast, or at least west of the Mississippi, should be hosting the teams in Texas. They also be hosting the series for the first 2 weeks. And then once you get into the second week of April, then let the teams in the East go back home and play those opening games. It's still gonna be a little chilly, but it won't be having a greater chance of having so much snow. So hopefully somebody in the MLB office is listening to me, because that makes more sense. It makes dollars in cents. You're gonna make your money on opening day. Everybody gonna come on opening day, but do you want a sustained product of people showing up and being there in the games afterwards? When you go from 27,000 opening day to 5,000 the next day because it's so cold, or less than that. Do you want that? Do you really want that in your stadium? Because at that point, you're not making no money. The goal is to make the money. That's something I would advocate if I was there. All right, our Red Wings are doing very, 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 very well. They are 30, 23, and 6 since the last time. They have won 7. They have won 7 in a row. They lost night before last to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and right now they're in 7th place. They would definitely make the playoffs. They are above the Blue Jackets. They play today at 6:00 and at home. They were in Columbus Thursday night. That's a home and home. They're back at the LCA. So let me know if anybody gonna go down to that game today. That's still my goal, is to go to see a Pistons game and a Red Wings game. Maybe I can make a whole trip out of it. Go to Detroit, then pop down to Florida to see the Tigers play. Maybe I can do that before, because I got some time left on my schedule that I need to use in my because you guys in my job, you got to use or lose. I got some vacation days I got to use or lose. So maybe I can start in Detroit with a Pistons game and jump down Pistons Red Wings game. Hopefully I can look at the schedule, see something, and then pop down to Florida and see the Pistons play. The Tigers play, or maybe I can go to Arizona. You never know, because they play those crossover games in Arizona as well as in Florida. So that's my goal. Hopefully I can make it happen this year. The Red Wings, they're doing great now. They're 4th place, 10 points behind the Panthers in the division. They're in 7th place, 18 points behind the Capitals in the conference. And they are, like I said, they are 1 spot above the Blue Jackets in the West. The Red Wings play in the West for hockey, and they're doing a lot better. And I'm just really, really excited about that. Let's see NHL standings. Let me pull this up real quick so I can see. We can look at the wild card standings real quick. Let's see here. We got Maple Leafs, Florida Panthers, and Tampa Bay Lightning 1, 2, 3. In Atlantic, and the Metropolitan 1, 2, 3 Capitals, Hurricanes, Devils, and the wild card teams would be the Red Wings and the Jackets, Columbus Blue Jackets. So Red Wings will probably go through with the Atlantic, and Blue Jackets will go through with the Metropolitans. Wings will play the Leafs, if they'll play right now, and the Blue Jackets will play against the Devils. Yes, sir. I will post the games if I'm posting some pictures at the games. I try not to post them sometimes because it's. I'd actually like to go live, but sometimes it's best not to post until you get out of there because folks be tracking you. That's the best way to put it. Folks be tracking you. So that's what the hockey looks at like right now, and Ottawa Senators, the Rangers, and the Bruins aren't far behind in terms of the records. Red Wings are 30-23, Blue Jackets 29-22, Senators are 29-25, Rangers are 29-26. So they're not very far behind. So the Red Wings got to keep pace. They got it. Like what that means? That means you got to keep winning. They got to keep winning. So send a shout out to them, to the Red Wings. They were in the dregs for a minute. But now they're making their way back, and so we proud of them. We want to see them keep doing that. All right. So hey, Red Wings. So right now, let's see here. In the last year, 12 months, Tigers have made the playoffs. Lions have made the playoffs. The Red Wings are on track, and the Pistons are on track to make the playoffs. So it's a good time in Detroit sports. It's not always easy to do. Hopefully we can keep that going. And because why? Because it's a good thing. It's just like in school. If you're in high school or you're in college, your school does better when in terms of recruiting and everything like that. Everybody's happier when your sports teams are doing well. That's a proven fact. When a team wins a national championship, the amount of applications to that school triples. So because everybody wants to be there, everyone wants to be around the winner, and so that makes the visibility that much better for that team. All right, you guys. I'm running a little early, but I'm thinking I'm gonna make up the time. I'm right kind of on time. I'm a little early, and really right now we're gonna jump into stupid. Take a quick pause for the calls. We jump into stupid sports news. All righty. Tried to push the button and get a quick drink, but hey, I'm back. In our stupid sports news today, a little bit of football news. Giants talk about the possibility of adding Aaron Rodgers. The New York Football Giants are talking about the possibility of adding Aaron Rodgers to their team. I know that they made and they supposedly made a mistake by not signing Saquon, by sticking by Danny Dimes last year as their quarterback. But that's honestly at the end of the day, that's it's always a better decision to choose the quarterback over the running back. You don't pay running backs. That's how they do the league now. But Saquon's gonna make some more money because of that. He led the league in rushing. The Eagles gonna take care of him. But do you want to bring in? Do you really, really, really want to bring in Aaron Rodgers? Do you really want to do that? Is that really in your best interest to bring in Aaron Rodgers? Is it a stopgap? Can they make the playoffs with him? Can he lead you to a Super Bowl? He's 43, 44 now, coming off the Achilles tendon injury. Is it really a viable thing for you guys to do now? For them to do that? Is it a smart move? Is it something that they should be doing now? Is it really a smart thing to do? I don't know about that. Aaron Rodgers, can he still help somebody win? Possibly. I'm not saying he couldn't. I'm not saying he's definitely past his prime. Is he still a viable quarterback in the league? Yeah. For my money, for my thoughts, it's backup time for Aaron Rodgers. But his ego is not going to allow him to do that. Matt Ryan wanted to stay in the league. He came in, accepted the fact that he was going to be a backup player, and he got some opportunities to do so. Red, I forget his name, that played for Cincinnati. He accepted the fact that he was going to be a backup, and he got some opportunities to start. So at some point, you're going to have to look at yourself and understand that, hey, this I'm not that guy no more, but I can still help somebody win. I can still make some money. Somebody's still going to pay him. And quite honestly, to bring him in would be a good thing for some teams, because that way you could take the pressure off your starting quarterback who may need to learn, who's still learning on the job. They're still going to be the starter, but you got Aaron Rodgers who's going to take up the interviews. However, is that going to be so much of a distraction that it's going to affect your team? So you got to weigh those factors out. A good friend of mine, Dean, I was talking to him yesterday about it, bringing in Aaron Rodgers. I'm not going to say what I said, but I will say that I'm not in favor of them bringing him in for the Giants' sake and for his sake. Dean, I hope they don't sign your boy, sign you to your team. I know that it's been tough sledding for them over the last couple of years. If you look at their record, they were doing well up until Thanksgiving game 2 years ago when they played Dallas. It seemed like they had ever since that they went to the Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, to Jerry's World, and they lost that day. It seemed like ever since then they haven't played well at all. And you can look at the numbers from that. It's there. All right, next up we got Mr. Stafford restructuring his contract. What makes this Stoopid Sports news? The Raiders were pretty much tampering. Tom Brady hosted them on a ski trip. I think it was a ski trip. And, this is the second time this did happen. What was the first time? When Stafford was with the Lions and he just happened to be on vacation, and the coach for the Rams just happened to be there, and his best friend from one of Stafford's best friends that played for the Rams just so happened to know that and let the coach know that Stafford was there. Coincidence? I think not. So I think that's why he had to go back to the Rams. The Rams, I think the league was like, this perception is reality. The perception is that this is tampering. So you got to go back. You're gonna go back. You're gonna take a pay cut. Yep, we're gonna restructure this contract. This is how it's gonna go. Like it or not, going back over there. Charity starts at home. That's where your charity is. If you go somewhere down the line, y'all make a trade later, that's different. But right here, right now, you're going back home. Yep. And this is what people were worried about. The Tom Brady effect, with him being a part owner as well as being a part of the league. Everybody want to be with Tom. Everybody want to be down with Tom. Tom is a winner. Tom, in people's mind, knows how to win. So for him to be with the Raiders and being a part owner, he's already made a good move. He brought in a good coach. He brought in the former coach of Seattle. And I think that's a great move, because that steadies the ship. The Raiders, for a long time, were a rudderless team. And I'm not saying Antonio didn't do a good job. I'm just saying that he was right now. He was Mr. Right now. He wasn't Mr. Right. And because of that, he was let go. And that's just the truth about it. Antonio was a good coach, but he was a stopgap. He wasn't a long term. All righty, it's about that time. What time is it? Time for one quick question. Do. One quick question. One quick question. Do. We don't have a song for that one yet. I just make it up like Cole did on Martin when Martin had his show. All righty. Question of the day is a little bit of politics today. We're gonna stick our big toe in the politics. How do you feel about Elon Musk and the newly created Department of Government Efficiency? How do you feel about it? What are your thoughts? You know what my thoughts is? Have at it. Let them have at it. Why? Why not? For years, people have been saying we big government. We need to cut the fat. We need to cut the waste. We need to go in and do an audit. We need to go in and see what's really going on. So now they doing it. Have at it. Go. Do it. Do what you got to do. Why? Because every now and then you need to have a little bit of letting of the blood. Sometimes you got to let it out. This is one of them. This is Donald Trump's the president. Elon Musk is one of his top advisors. Some would say that he's the shadow president. Donald Trump's the president. Let them do what they say they're going to do. This is not nothing they did not already say they were going to do. You can't get mad. That's one thing about Republicans. Republicans are going to tell you what they're going to do, then they're going to do it. They will always tell Republicans every single time, this is what we're going to do. This is my platform. Sink or swim, like it or not, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go in here. We're going to find what his money is. And if it's some waste, even if it's one penny, someone will be held accountable. That's what they said they were going to do. Now they're doing it. And sometimes you got to, there's some things happen along the way. Sometimes it's going to be some collateral damage. That's the word I'm looking for. And when you have things like this that happen, collateral damage comes along with it. Collateral damage may be jobs. Collateral damage may be lessening of our rights. They already did that with 9/11. A lot of this was already set up in Trump's first administration. People complaining about how people being treated. Did they complain about when he was putting them kids in cages at the border? One person went down there and said something about that. All those Democrats complaining about it. One person went down and said something about it. And they continue to do it now with complaints. There's very few Democrats that are complaining now. So I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. My thoughts oftentimes lean more Democratic. But you got to go out and vote. If you're not happy, did you go out and vote? So what you've been not happy about can be changed. You got to vote. That's why even when I was on the show, that's why I said I don't care who you vote for, just vote. So your interest is met. You may not win. That's what happens. My thoughts is let them do what they gonna do. It'll all work out at the end. Maybe not for you, but for somebody. Kenneth says, I think it may sink to democracy. Kenneth, we don't have a democracy, brother. I hate to tell you that. Our democracy's been gone for years. We have a facade of a government. The last time I think that we had a solid enough government, a democracy where things were able to be challenged and put and changed was when they got rid of Nixon after Watergate. After that, it's been a slow erosion, now a fast erosion of our democracy. I hate to say that. It might be the straw that breaks the camel back, but our democracy as it stands right now is not a democracy. If you got enough money, you can get yourself out of anything. Just like in the court system, if you got a good enough, if you got enough money, you can delay your case, pull all kind of motions out there till you win. You spend enough money. That doesn't mean you didn't do it. It just means that you were able to make your way out of it. I hate to say that. We live in America, yes. The land of the free and the home of the brave. And if you got enough money, you can get yourself out of anything. Only in America. All right, everybody. That's our show. We got the whole hour. We made it through the hour. We got through one quick question. All righty. That's beautiful. Our next show is March 8th, next Saturday, when we're going to have the North Carolina Duke game preview. And don't forget about the fight tonight, Tank versus Roach. Good undercard, and then the main event, Tank versus Roach. The fight tonight. Next week, don't forget, Tuesday night at 8:30, the Love and Stuff show. Our flagship show, Love and Stuff, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Hosted by Mr. Marcus Holmes, the gentleman I was telling you about, who does lots of things, Mr. Multitask. You want to see his show. Also, Good Reverend Doctor, Valencia Agner, Dr. V and Curse. Her show comes on Wednesday afternoons on YouTube. Make sure you tune in for that. All right, Killer says, true, I can't argue with that, but eventually your day of reckoning comes. That is true. That is very true. Very true. Everybody has their day in this life or the next life. Everybody has their day. All right, everybody. I want to thank y'all for coming out, watching the show, being involved with the show, being involved. That's right. Music and artifact. Epic music. We're going to be out of here. We will be back next week. Hopefully Felix will be with us March 8th. Happy birthday to the birthday people this week. You celebrate a birthday, go out and have a great time. And just be your best. Thank you for tuning in to Sports Talk with Kamau and Felix. And we shall see you all next week.